trending news on Housing TV Africa. I am Arit Afa. The headlines. CBN advocates private sector funding to tackle housing deficits. Fashola says 17 million housing deficit not realistic. Abuja International Housing Show to give housing data priority at July's event. Kenya acquires at least $9.2 million more stake in Shelter Afrique. Now the news in full. Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has stressed the need for the mobilization of private sector funding to redress the country's housing gap. Deputy Governor Economic Policy of CBN, Kingsley Obiora, gave the advice in his personal statement at the last Monetary Policy Committee meeting. In it, Obiora stated that while the impact of policies on the economy was undeniable, given the fragile recovery and coupled with long-standing infrastructural challenges, more action would be required to return the economy to full recovery, like making a big push in mortgage financing to reduce the deficit in Nigeria. On his part, the CBN Governor, Godwin Emefiele, reaffirmed that the bank will maintain its collaboration with fiscal authorities to proactively target and stimulate high-impact product sectors of the economy. Emefiele said long-standing structural imbalances and deep-seated supply-side constraints had propped inflation rates above the tolerance band of between 6 and 9%. According to him, the pervasive security strains, infrastructural debility, energy price shocks, exchange rate pressure, and COVID-19 induced vulnerabilities are the major cost-push drivers of inflation. Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, has described as not realistic the claim that Nigeria has a housing deficit of 17 million houses. He disputed the claim while speaking in Abuja at the inauguration of the Federal Housing Authority Board, saying the claim could not be justified due to the huge number of empty houses scattered across the country. According to the minister, there is a housing deficit in urban areas, no doubt, but there are empty houses in rural areas and even in urban centers where there is a deficit. Fashola says there are empty houses across major urban centers in Nigeria, from the Federal Capital Territory to Lagos State to Port Harcourt, Onitsha and Asaba. He also charged the new 13-member board to build more federal housing estates like the one built in Gwarinpa and other places so that it will accommodate more Nigerians. You're watching Trending News on Housing TV Africa. We'll take a break here and I'll be back shortly. Just stay with us.
Keep a date with Housing Development Program every week on AIT. Housing Development is the first and pioneer housing program in Nigeria and by extension, Africa. It remains the authentic voice of the Nigerian housing and construction industry. Housing Development is the only credible and specialized platform for seasoned professionals in the build industry, where quality and credible players in the real estate sector meet to interact, showcase, and analyze government policies. It is no doubt that hundreds of thousands of prospective Nigerians who desire to own their personal properties have done so through the assistance of Housing Development Program in the last 10 years. If you are a stakeholder in the build industry, here is where you must be. We are authentic, credible, and supported by all the leading professionals in the build industry. Housing Development on AIT.
Welcome back. Now the rest of the news. Organizers of the Abuja International Housing Show have announced their preparedness to put the issue of housing data on the front burner at the upcoming show. Reacting to an announcement by the Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, that the figure on housing deficit is unrealistic, convener of the show, Festus Adebayo, says the Honorable Minister has posed a challenge to all practitioners and stakeholders in the Nigerian housing industry, which must be addressed immediately. According to Adebayo, the problem of housing deficit in Nigeria cannot be tackled without having adequate data that will enable government to know the categories of people who need houses and the type of houses they need. Kenya Kenya has acquired an additional 3.9% stake in Shelter Afrique for 1 billion Kenyan shillings, approximately $9.2 million, deepening its position as top shareholder in the Pan-African housing financier. Shelter Afrique Chief Executive Officer Andrew Chimfodia said Kenya's support had been key to turning around the firm, which last year posted the first profit in 6 years. The extra capital injection of $9.2 million has moved Kenya's shareholding to 18.7% from the 14.82% it held in December 2020, dwarfing that of Nigeria and Africa Development Bank, which now own 13.71% and 13.25% respectively. Kenya's recent contribution brings the total amount given to Shelter Afrique as additional capital in the last few years to 9.92 billion shillings. That is an equivalent of $92 million, whereas the company recently invested heavily in the Kenya Mortgage Refinance Company that seeks to bring down the cost of mortgages in the country. Those were trending news we had for you today on Housing TV Africa. Here's a recap of the headlines. For more stories, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Housing TV Africa. Follow us on social media and remember to share and like our posts. Do not forget to watch Housing Development Program on AIT Wednesdays at 9 a.m. and on TVC Saturdays at 10:30 a.m. Have you registered for Abuja International Housing Show 2021? You can visit www.ihsabuja.com to register and for more information. Many thanks for joining us on the news today. I am Arit A. Fama.